My name is Deac, and I am 20 years old. I was born into a Romanian Pentecostal church. My parents were both Romanian Pentecostal. I didn't initially grow up believing what they believed or what the rest of the church did either. I also grew up a fairly lonely child, and I dealt with depression from a really young age. And with that loneliness, the only friends that I really had were my cousins, Jenny and Josh. In every childhood picture, it was always the three of us. We were the triplets. He was born a month after me and Jenny a year before me. And they're all I had. From ages 0 to 18, they were all I thought I had. As I grew up, my depression got worse, and with that, I dabbled further into the world. And then in 2021, I got hospitalized for a suicide attempt. And then from there, I went into rehab. And a month after that, I kept up with my cousins, and they, God bless them, they prayed me through everything. Not just them, my parents, my grandparents, they prayed me through everything, and they were always there, even though I wasn't. About a month after I got back from rehab, I got the worst phone call I've ever gotten. I got a phone call that Jenny and Josh got into a car accident, and that Josh died on impact. And I thought I knew pain before then. I thought I did. But in that moment, everything changed. There's not much that I remember from then. I went to the funeral. I mourned the loss of what I thought was my other half, and after the funeral, I went home. I went home and I decided that I was done. I decided that I was done because what else was there to live for? I lost everything. They have always been everything to me. I don't necessarily believe in soulmates, but we always said that we were. It was always the three of us. We planned our futures together. We were gonna have houses next to each other. Our kids were gonna be best friends the way that we were. And in a second, I lost everything, not just my past, but my future. And so I decided that I was done. That night, as I was preparing to take my life, I sat in my bathroom and I cried. I cried one last cry. I called out to the Lord one last time. And I apologized, but I told him that you took everything. I have nothing left. And that's when I heard him for the very first time. And he posed me a question, a rhetorical one, as often happens, and I heard him, do you want to go to hell? The entire time that I was depressed, the entire time that I was in and out of mental institutions, my cousins, the both of them, they always ask me that question. Do you want to be in paradise? Do you want to be in heaven? And I always said, I don't care. I didn't care. But in that moment, everything changed. Everything changed because when he asked, I realized I didn't know the magnitude of what I was doing. I had no idea, not the slightest of clues. And in that moment, I had the fear of God the way I never had before. The majesty, understanding, not even fully understanding, but to know that the Lord is holy and that he is righteous and that nothing in this world can compare. None of the pain of this world could ever compare. After that, I gave my life to the Lord, and it wasn't easy. I had to lose what I thought was everything to truly find everything. You count it all as lost, because it is. Because there is nothing greater. There is nothing in this world that is greater than to know your Creator, than to know the one who loves you most, than to know your Father. And that's the testimony of how Jesus saved my life. Amen.